Hi guys, so we're here to play Tomodachi Life. But yes, I have replaced the Adventure Time Island. I deleted all the characters and everything. So sorry. So I guess that series was discontinued. But anyways, today I changed that island to a life cycle island. The same lore bullcrap I kept talking to you guys about for for 3 videos and made a whole playlist about on my channel. So yes, I need more diversity, bro. This was enough diversity already. I mean, they're not all white, but it's just like, I need more diversity. I just need more. I already have a lot, but I just need more. So basically, wait, oh my gosh, you could barely see it. My bad, guys. So, these two right here, they're Yuri, Yaoi. He used to be a girl, she used to be a boy. They're together, so they're basically like straight, but like they're both trans. So let's see, these two were the only straight couple. Wait a minute, why is there? Oh, my bad. These ones are the trans straight ones. These are just the normal straight. Because they are a group, but these two are like the side characters. So they're not. They're also straight, but the black guy. Sorry, I'm being racist. Zach. He used to be a girl, so Tori's basically bisexual. Cause she fell in love with him when he was a girl. So. My bad. Anyways, don't mind their names, last names at least, because I made them names. Their character design, I'm gonna plan to update their character designs, like, later on. But I literally stood up to, 5 in the morning working on this island. You best believe I have characters. Okay, let me go get my book from the floor. Whoa! Oh, get my freaking pencil, you weirdo. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna tell y'all all the characters. What the hell? Anyways, I'm gonna tell y'all the characters I need to do. I need to do Thorn, I need to do one of the bodyguards, I need to do Mr. Rainer, I need to do Beatrice. Beatrice is a new character. I'll tell you more about her lore probably next video or later on this video because I'm not explaining lore right now. Rose, and then the rebirth version. So you know what rebirth versions are? It's basically the main cast, like the ones I show you besides Tori and Zach. Like at the straight ones I told you are not in the main cast. Well, the rest of the cast, they got rebirthed. So I gotta make their rebirth versions. And they're gonna be different designs. Don't worry, guys. But the same tattoos and not tattoos, piercings. Yeah, all of them have piercings. I'm gonna have this, Also, we need to do the bar guy, the one who's employing all the models. I guess I'm calling them models now instead of why I called them, because I feel like models is probably more appropriate. Computer Rose. So if you know difference between Rose and Computer Rose. So when Thorn killed Rose, Rose uploaded her consciousness to the hardware of the mainframe of the whole city, but her mom locked her out, so she can only have access to the water supply and all of that. So yeah, Computer Rose and Rose. Computer Rose is a rebel. She's a version of Rose that hates her mom, and the version of Rose that probably all of y'all would want Rose to be like. You probably want Rose to rebel against her mom since she's doing all this bad stuff to people. But Rose actually, she literally she don't care about anyone else, bro. The actual Rose, she's like, bro, I don't care about all these other people. And then Computer Rose is like, bro, they're literally humans too, bro. But anyways, Miss Gardner, Jewel Gardner, Brendan Gardner and Tommy Gardner. That family I just said right now is really important to the plot because Miss Gardner, okay, and Miss Gardner. So when Tori escapes, the spoilers. So Tori is the only one who gets out the city alive before everyone dies. So basically, Miss Gardner, she escaped before Tori with with Brendan. Tommy, I don't know how he died, but he did die in there. But so before they escaped, so I might have to write that down, like how he dies. But yeah, Brendan eventually just dies because all the new diseases, and then Miss Gardner and Tori end up becoming a mother-daughter symbiotic relationship, and they're the only two survivors left of the place, and no one else knows about it besides them. So. And then I need to also do Mojo and Rai. So Mojo is gonna be the guy. He's like the father figure of like all the kids, especially Tori and Zach. Since Mojo, like, he supplies them with like, you know, all their like bad habits. Bad habits. And then Rai is a genie. She's Irish. She's a genie. No, not a genie. My bad. She's a fortune teller girl. Yep. And Rai, she literally was the reason why Tori is probably still alive, and many others too. So, and then Michael's dad, the abusive one, the one who beats Michael to death. That's how he dies. So after Vicky ended himself, Michael, Michael's dad beat him up. He beaten him up to death. I also gotta add Mr. Angel. So you know survival classes. I've been talking about those survival classes like school to them, but it's like survival. Whether they survive out there in the real world or some crap, because they're planning to send these in the original plot. It's Tori hadn't like escaped and the place hadn't didn't explode. They were trying to train the kids to go to the real world and just eat everyone else until Thorne had like access to everything. But besides that, Mr. Angel is going to be their teacher, like, cause mind you, when the cast first died, they were like around their 20s and stuff, and then when they finally killed everyone, they were like around around 19 and stuff. So yeah. And then I also gotta add Thorne's mom, because Thorne's mom is also a reason why Thorne is so weird, and that's why and she's also the reason why Thorne literally does all this stuff. And then I have there's 5 arcs to the story. There's the Ivy arc, the one where the whole situation before Rose happens, where Thorne goes into ballet. She meets Mr. Rayner. He makes her eat that stuff. He got her pregnant at the brothel. And then that's also where Thorne got her abusive mindset from her mom as well. And then the Rose arc is basically the arc of Rose, Beatrice, and Thorne, and how they were living happily before Beatrice wanted to start getting custody over Rose, and that's when Thorne started getting mad and all of that, you know. And this is also where the city was first made due to the funding of Rose's like school or something, or photography. And it's also where Rose dies, also where Beatrice dies, and where in the middle part, before they were like, and then Beatrice was trying to rebirth, and she wanted Rose to be her daughter, but Rose said no and stuff. And then the Pale arc is gonna be the start of the main story, where we meet the cast, and where we get to know them a lot more, and where like it's the biggest arc because it's where like the main story happens, like how they discovered they're in this place, like their stories, their lives, and everything. And also the Pell arc is also where all of them eventually die at the end. Actually yes. The Freedom arc happens when after the rebirth, and like when they're around that age of like 19 and stuff, with the rebirth versions of the cast, and they finally go and kill Thorn as Miss Gardner or Jewel and Brendan, and Tori escaped, and then Brendan died and stuff and all that. And then the Peace arc is probably the shortest arc. It's the end of the story where Tori eventually meets Miss Gardner eventually finds Tori again. They catch up, and then it also shows us a symbolic version of like how everyone else was in heaven, while Rose and Thorn and their mother and Mr. Rayner are all in the deepest pit of the underground world, and they're there forever. And also how like Tori eventually learns how to move on from everyone, especially Zach, since Zach was like the only main person she wanted to move on from. And then at the end of the Peace arc, Tori and Miss Gardner eventually move in together, before Miss Gardner got cancer and she died. And then that's where Tori goes back to the Antarctica, where it's also a spoiler, the whole city was underneath 10 levels of Antarctic ice. Okay, it's not like actually physically possible, but that's a story. So anyway, she goes back there and she plants a rose. The whole meaning of the story is the rose is the flower rose, not the character rose. It's the symbolic picture of the whole story, basically. So after Tori plants the flower, she leaves, and the flower begins to grow. And then when Tori's on her deathbed, like a couple months later after that, she wakes up and she's back in the city, except she sees Zach, the cast, she sees all her loved ones in that park, and they all live happily ever after. And they don't rebirth ever again. I mean, the cast, like the main kids, because they're like 10 years younger than Tori, like in the first version of themselves, they rebirth again, and they rebirth a lot of times. Like they rebirth as frogs, butterflies, and all that. Like every single thing, animal or like thing they want to be, they rebirth as that. And then eventually they all settle down back in the city, and all live happily ever after. So yeah. Anyways, let's go to the island. I keep spoiling for y'all. So anyways, today I wanted to add Thorn, Rose, and Beatrice. Okay, what does Vicky want? Vicky wants something. Oh yeah, he's in love with Michael. He loves Michael. Oh, that's cute. Also Mary, I think she's starting to develop a crush on Leo, which is cute. She doesn't like him yet, but she's developing a crush on him. I don't want... Bro, not in Michael's dream, he was with his boy, bro. And he was with his bitch. And then Leo was just, third wheeling. Nothing. Sorry, I'm really freaking tired. Okay, Zach, go hang out with Tori, bro. I can't do this right now. Oh yeah. Also, I was dreaming about like a city version of the story, where like instead of like they're in like a small like town surrounded by like woods, they're like surrounded like by mountains and it's like bigger and all that, but like that's gonna be like really inconsistent with like the whole plot, like then how the characters died and like how like like it's just so inconsistent. So that's like an alternative universe. That's gonna be the universe where like Tori saves everyone instead of saving herself. So and there's gonna be three of them, three universes. The main one is where Tori escapes and she leaves everything behind. And she says there's three ways to escape. So there's three alternative universes. One, you forget everyone and you escape on your own and you leave everyone behind. Number two, you kill Thorn and you save everyone. That's a city version. And three, you accept to live there and you forget the idea of freedom. I have not made that alternative universe yet, but if y'all want to do it, y'all are free to, because again, this is just an OC story right now, and I am all open to ideas, because honestly, I don't know, like, I am really messed up in the, like, a little kabunk right now, so. Anyways, what do you want, David? What do you want? Oh yeah, also I renamed Lindsay to Ruthie, or Ruth, I think, because Lindsay, no, we're not doing Lindsay. Starboy. David Starboy. Like, he literally has stars on his forehead. So, okay, if you want to eat something, can I give you can I give you some grapefruit? Man, I wish I can give you starfruit. How about sparkling water? Also, I had delicious bagel. I might make another one after this. I love them bagels. Sorry for the long video as well. I just wanted to rant about my OCs. But yeah, we gotta make Rose. We still gotta make Rose, Thorn, and Beatrice. So Thorn is we're gonna make Rose first. So Rose is an albino girl. Her mom and her father, they were both Mexicans, or technically they're Brazilians, I should say, not Mexicans. So basically, when the brothel thing happened, Mr. Rainer, he was the reason why Rose was albino. So yeah, Rose. I'm gonna make Rose have the most majestic eyes anyone has ever seen. So we're gonna cause all her eyes are just like blank white. I'm gonna use the preset of Ruthie. I feel like it's the most easiest one I can change. First, we're gonna take up the stupid tattoo, the stupid piercing, and all that. Because Rose is innocent. She's pure. Her full name, by the way, is Rose Quartz Ivy. Fun fact. And also, I was thinking about the Rose and Rosemary. Okay, actually, should I make her albino, or should I just make her have pink hair and pale skin? I don't know. But I want her to be albino. That's the thing. Albino. Should I make her have pink skin and call it no, that's gonna be an alien. I don't want her completely white. Second white option, probably. She's not gonna have any freckles or anything like that. I changed the mouth as well. Okay, so now we gotta make her eyeballs, and they're not gonna blink since she's technically dead already. Okay. If y'all want to make fan art, I might post pictures on my community post of all the individual characters from Tomodachi Life on here with this camera to my YouTube community post, so y'all can make any fan art you want or already have a bias of a character. Feel free to go ahead, because I literally named the player name of this island YN. So basically, you're talking to you guys, not me. So yeah. So if you guys want to add a bias, or you guys want to like try to remake the character design, I'm all here for ideas because again, I need ideas. So probably I'm gonna make them, and I already took enough of your guys' time. I'm just gonna make them, and in the next video, I'm gonna show you guys them. Anyways, this is the first episode of Life Cycle Tomodachi Life. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.